Hi everyone, I'm Dylan from Wesleyan Learning. I hope you're well. Today we are going to be looking at the Byzantine scale, and this will be the first in a series of videos entitled Around the World in 80 Scales. The point of this series is to broaden your perspective and get you familiar with the variety of musical languages around the world. So just like your language that you speak at home will be different to the language that somebody speaks in another country, the same thing applies with musical languages. So different cultures and different peoples at different times and places in history have developed their own musical languages with their own patterns and their own ways of building melodies and harmony and creating music. So this series will take us through, in each video, we'll take a deep dive into a particular type of scale found in a particular culture. So today, the first in the series will be the Byzantine scale. If you're not sure what Byzantine means, I advise you to head over to the blog and check out the blog post about Saint Cassiani, the hymnographer. That goes into some detail about what the Byzantine Empire was, what Byzantine culture is. Byzantine culture is really relevant today because the scale we're going to look at is actually something that you're very familiar with and you'll recognize right away in a different context. You might be quite surprised when we get there. So let's get started. So let's take a look at this scale and see what makes it special. If we start at A, it'll be like this: A, B flat, C sharp, D, E, F, G sharp, A. And down we go the same way. So this big jump that we find in a harmonic minor scale, it happens there, and it also happens between 2 and 3. So that's what makes this scale very distinctive. And let's think now about the chords that we can build out of this scale. So we had an A, a C sharp, and an E. So if we start on A, we can make a nice A major chord. If we take the second degree, that was a B flat. We can easily make a B flat major chord there. If we go to the third one, we can make C sharp minor. So A major, B flat major, C sharp minor, and we can make D minor. So we had 2 majors, then 2 minors. And now it gets a little bit strange when we get to the E, because the only option we really have is that. So that's E with a flat 5. And from there, if we go to the F, F augmented, very strange chord. The G sharp, we're not going to really be able to do much with that. So let's recap those chords. A major, B flat major, C sharp minor, D minor, E with a flat 5, and F augmented. So with that collection of chords, it's quite a strange bag, to be honest, but we can have a bit of fun with that A major, D minor, it's a nice easy change, and B flat, so perhaps something like So let's try that scale on the violin. Now it's going to be a little bit difficult if most violin students are used to having either the harmonic minor or the melodic minor, and this is neither of those. It's almost like it has much in common with the harmonic minor scale, but that big jump that characterizes your harmonic scale between 6 and 7 comes earlier on between 2 and 3. So you've got to be quite careful. So let's do it in A. So our lowest A on the violin is of course first finger on G, so let's find that note. B flat, C sharp, D, E, F natural, G sharp, A, and down. So it's quite a dark scale. It has a kind of sinister edge to it. And now if I change up the rhythm, we can make a melody of sorts. So by now, I'm quite sure that if your ear hasn't recognized the tune, then your parents definitely have spotted it. Let me help you out in case you haven't caught on yet. Okay, so most people know that song, that scale, in that form, and that song is called Misirlu, and it's an old folk tune from the Ottoman era. Masr means Egypt in Arabic, and in the Ottoman Empire there was this fusion of Greek, Arabic, and Turkish, and that song is an example of it. So in that one word, the etymology is quite complicated. I'll explain it for you in the blog article, but you've got Greek, Arabic, and Turkish all in that one word, and it's about an Egyptian woman. And so that song became famous in the 60s. There was an American surf rock version of it, and then it became very famous in the movie Pulp Fiction, which parents out there, I'm sure you know if you're millennials. And most recently it was used by the Black Eyed Peas. So there you have it. So my challenge to you, no matter what instrument you're learning, piano, guitar, violin, flute, whatever it may be, get into this scale, spend a little bit of time feeling how it goes, transpose it, start on a different key, get familiar with those intervals and that dark color, and get creative with it, see what you can make. In the description I'm going to add some links to music that uses this scheme so you can listen to that, and I hope it inspires you.